After flashing his police lieutenant's badge, Faul slips backstage, the smoky air thick with jazz and secrets. He stops at the door labeled Carmelle Luz, a name as savory as the perfume still hanging in the air from countless walks by countless legs, to and from the stage to the dressing rooms. With a light rapping, he leans in close to the door, ready to snap Ninenshu from her trance.
Yeah? Who's knocking?
Comes a voice, sultry, yet sharp from within. It has the cadence of a city slicker, a New Yorker infused with its own brand of bravado. Faul's mind races. He almost introduces himself, but the lie has to hold. Swallowed by the weight of his alter ego, he prepares his facade, just as the door swings open to reveal her.
Ninenshu?
He breathes out, stepping into the dim light of the dressing room. The woman reflected there is a ghost of memory, blonde curls framing her face, but the sparkle of recognition is clouded.
Nina Henshaw. That's me. But that ain't my stage name, hun. You looking for an autograph? Catch me after the show. Was sexy,
Her voice drips with sass as she fluffs her curls.
No, my...
Faul stammers, finally remembering to doff his hat, a common courtesy of the time that should be instinctive if Faul were from that period, but he's not. He's a man out of time, a fish out of water, and he's floundering.
And you stroll in here, empty-handed. No flowers, no chocolates. What kind of gentleman do you claim to be?
She moves past him, slinking to the dressing table, applying the war paint for her next number. A knot twists in Faul's gut. She is deep in the mix, lost in a web of glamour and a thick layer of Bliss's morphic resonance field. How he looks can't help the situation either. Wearing that mask, that lieutenant's facade that feels all too heavy. To her, he is just another suit and a trench coat.
I'm Faul. Don't you remember me? Us?
He mumbles, giving up on his plan altogether in the face of being here with her.
Are you in there somewhere, Ninenshu?
He implores, stepping forward as he places his hat on a nearby chair.
I go by Carmelle Luz now, sweetheart, and I ain't letting a joker like you in here. Now scram so I can finish getting ready.
She shoots him a glance that could slice through glass. Looking at her hourglass form and feeling the hourglass of time slipping away, Faul surrenders to his half-thought-out plan.
Ma'am, I'm Police Lieutenant Damon Handler. We just need to ask you a few questions.
Police?
The crack in her voice is a shot in the dark.
I done told Rochelle I didn't want some flatfoot lurking around here. So beat it, will ya? I ain't done nothing wrong. And I sure as hell don't owe you the time of day. Why, I ought to call my agent in here.
She snatches his hat, pushing it back toward him like an old cigarette butt.
It would just take a minute, ma'am, if we could just talk for...
Hey, I ain't answering any questions without my lawyer. You know what you are? Just harassment on me. That's what. So you beat it?
She thrusts the dressing room door wide, gesturing him into the shadowy corridor beyond. Defeated, Faul tips his hat in a mock bow and murmurs,
Next time, miss, I'll be sure not to forget the flowers.
The door clicks shut, cutting off his words and sending him back into the murky nightlife, lost in the melody of lost dreams. Faul grips tightly the brim of his hat and feels the weight of his ring pressing against his finger. A source of power best left untouched. Using its energy would not only threaten to unravel the fragile illusion of his police persona, but it would likely summon the infernal minions of the Rogue Queen herself, a fate he dreadfully wants to avoid. The Swan Song is the last place he needs to draw unwanted attention, especially with half the patrons likely in the employ of the Queen herself, either knowingly or unwittingly. No, Faul needs a more secure haven to break Bliss's spell on Ninenshu. Frustration coils in his gut as he returns to the bar, spying the scattered encyclopedia volumes spread out on the counter like a bad hand of cards. Faul gathers them up. He toys with the notion of heading back to the station, a familiar sanctuary that now feels like a beacon in a world of shadows. The station, of course.